What I am about to reveal to you has been hidden for over 3,000 years in the depths of sacred manuscripts, a Hebrew code so powerful that the ancient rabbis only shared it in whispers because they knew. They knew that this code carries the exact frequency to transform despair into instant blessing. I am the Billionaire Rabbi, and today, for the first time in modern history, I will break the silence about the code of divine reversal, the secret that saved kings from ruin, that raised nations from the rubble, and that is about to change your life forever. Are you facing losses, debt, illness, broken relationships, shattered dreams? Listen carefully, because in the next few minutes you're going to discover why all of this isn't an accident. It's preparation. And the code I'm about to reveal will not only stop your fall, it will transform your darkest valley into the gateway to your greatest blessings. But I need to warn you, this knowledge is not for the doubters, it's for those who are ready to witness the impossible. Let me ask you something that will touch the deepest part of your heart. What fear wakes you up at 3 a.m.? What is that situation in your life that seems hopeless, that makes you question whether God is really listening to your prayers? Hold on to that answer, because what I'm about to reveal was designed specifically for this moment in your life. If you feel you were guided to this video today, if something inside you whispers that your answer is here, subscribe to this channel now. Together, we are a community of seekers of light. And what I'm going to teach today can save not only you, but entire generations of your family. In the book of Job, chapter 42, verse 10, it is written something that most people read, but never truly understand. And the Lord restored Job's fortunes when he prayed for his friends, and the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. It turned into captivity. In Hebrew, the word is shav et shavut, literally means reverse the reversal. But there is something hidden in this phrase, something that medieval Kabbalists discovered and guarded as the most precious treasure in the universe. They realized that these three words carry a numerical code, a divine frequency, that when activated through the correct intention, literally rewrites the celestial decree over your life. I'm talking about sacred gematria. Each Hebrew letter carries a number, and when you add the letters of Shaf et Shavut, the total value is 777, the number of divine completeness, of perfection, of total reversal. But why did God choose the moment when Job was praying for your friends to reverse everything? Because the divine reversal code only works when you activate it. The key to compassion amidst one's own suffering. Let me reveal something that will blow your understanding of suffering away. In the Torah, there is a divine pattern that repeats itself in all the great stories of redemption. Joseph was thrown into the deepest pit in Egypt to become the second most powerful man in the nation. Moses was abandoned in a basket on the Nile River to free millions of slaves. David was hunted in caves like a criminal to become the most glorious king of Israel. The pattern is always the same. The deeper the valley, the higher the elevation that God is preparing. But here's the secret no one tells you. The valley isn't punishment. The valley is an incubator. God is planting seeds of miracles in the most fertile soil in the universe, your pain. And the code of divine reversal is the prayer that waters these seeds. Kabbalistic masters teach that there are 3 celestial chambers, which open when you activate the code. Chamber 1. Bina, the portal of divine understanding. When all seems lost, Bina opens up and shows you that what you called loss was actually the removal of obstacles. God was clearing the path. Camera 2. Chesed, the portal of unlimited mercy. Here the decree against you is cancelled, your mistakes are erased, your spiritual debt is forgiven, and a new sentence is written. Blessed, Chamber 3. Netzach, the gateway to eternal victory. This is the chamber where the impossible becomes inevitable. Incurable diseases are cured, dead relationships are resurrected, bankrupt businesses explode into prosperity. But you need to know the password to enter these chambers. Here's what the ancient rabbis discovered that changed everything. The reversal code only works when you give thanks to God in the midst of the storm, not later. During. Why? Because gratitude in chaos is the language that the spiritual universe cannot ignore. It is the frequency that forces the celestial gates to open. When Job prayed for his friends while covered in sores, when he chose to bless instead of curse, when he decided to trust when all the evidence said, give up, he activated 777, and everything changed. Doubled. Here's what you're going to do today, right now, after watching this video. Step 1. Take a piece of paper and write. I activate the Shav et Shavut 777 code over my life now. Step 2. List 3 blessings you still have, even amidst the chaos. It could be your breath, your children, a roof over your head, anything, and give thanks aloud. Step 3. Pray for someone who is also suffering, not for yourself, for another person. This is the key that Job used. Step 4. Declare aloud, God is reversing my reversal now. What was stolen will be restored twofold. I receive my blessings in the name of the Most High. Do this for 7 consecutive days, and watch the impossible happen. There's something you need to understand about divine timing. God does not waste suffering. Every tear you cried has been collected. Every sleepless night has been recorded, and there is an exact moment, a heavenly second, where all of that is transformed into a blessing. In Kabbalah, this moment is called Ketz Hayamin, the end of days of pain. And I'm telling you now, if you were guided to this video, if your heart is racing while you listen to me, it's because your Ketz Hayamin Chegu, your reversal period has begun. The man who lost everything. Let me tell you about Roberto. Roberto was 52 years old. He built a restaurant empire over 20 years, 3 award-winning restaurants, an impeccable reputation, and then the pandemic. In 90 days, he lost everything. The restaurants closed, the savings evaporated, the debts exploded. His wife left him. His children stopped speaking to him. He was sitting on the floor of the empty apartment, a bottle of whiskey in his hand and a farewell letter written, when his phone rang. It was his mother. She said, "Son, watch this video someone sent me. It's about a Hebrew code." Roberto watched, and something broke inside him. He began activating code 777. Every day at 7 a.m. he gave thanks for being alive, and he prayed for other restaurant owners who were also suffering. In 37 days, an unknown investor called. He had seen one of Roberto's old videos. He wanted to finance a new concept. In 6 months, Roberto opened a new restaurant. In 1 year, he had a chain of 5 units. Today, he has 12 restaurants and a restored marriage. Roberto wrote to me, "Rabbi, I died on that ground, and God resurrected me with the number 777. I am proof that nothing is lost." The woman who couldn't have children now, about Mariana. Mariana had been trying to get pregnant for 11 years. 7 fertility treatments failed. The doctors said, "Impossible, your eggs aren't responding." She spent all her savings. Her marriage was hanging by a thread. She cried every night, hugging her pillow. One day, her friend sent her this video. Mariana watched it, crying from beginning to end. She began activating the code, but she did something different. Instead of praying only for a baby for herself, she began praying for all the women in the world who were also suffering from infertility. She created a prayer group, and every day at 7 a.m., they activated 777 together. On the 21st day, Mariana felt something strange. She took a test. Positive. The doctors didn't believe it. They called it a medical miracle. Mariana called it 777 in action. Today she has 2 children, and that prayer group, it has grown to 3,000 women around the world, and hundreds of them are pregnant or have already had their babies. Mariana told me, "Rabbi, when I stopped praying only for myself and started praying for others, God reversed everything." The family that escaped death. This last story will give you chills. A family in Brazil, a father, mother, and 3 children, was facing a terrible crisis. The father, Carlos, had been unemployed for 8 months. They had been evicted. They were living in their car. The children were hungry, and worse. The oldest son, age 9, developed a serious respiratory illness. The doctor said I needed urgent surgery, but without money, without insurance, there was no solution. Carlos was sitting on a hospital bench, his head in his hands, when a stranger sat down next to him and said, "You look like you need a miracle," and showed him this video on his cell phone. Carlos watched, and something inside him ignited. He began activating code 777, and he did something radical. Even without money, he started helping other homeless families. He shared food, he gave hugs, he prayed for them. In 12 days, an NGO learned of Carlos's story and paid for his son's surgery. In 20 days, Carlos received an unexpected job offer. In 45 days, they were in a new apartment. The last thing Carlos wrote to me was, "Rabbi, I learned that when you bless in the valley, God lifts you up to the top of the mountain. The 777 saved my family." What if I don't know Hebrew? Will this work for me? Listen carefully. You don't need to speak Hebrew. You need to pure intention and activated faith. Code 777 isn't about pronunciation, it's about spiritual frequency. When you activate gratitude in the midst of chaos and pray for others in the midst of your pain, you are speaking the language that heaven understands perfectly. God doesn't listen to words, He listens to hearts. What if I've already tried everything and nothing worked? then you're in the perfect place for the 777, because the reversal code only works when you've exhausted all your own solutions, when you finally surrender control, when you stop fighting against God and begin to trust in God. Joseph only became prime minister after his imprisonment. Job only received double after losing everything. Lazarus only came back to life after being dead for 4 days. Your nothing worked is a sign that a miracle is about to happen. What if I'm not spiritual enough? Listen to this and let it sink in. God doesn't choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. You don't need to be a rabbi. You don't need to be a saint. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to trust when everything tells you to give up. Code 777 was created precisely for people like you. Broken, tired, desperate, because that's exactly where God's power explodes with the greatest force. Now I'm going to tell you something that few people know. There is an advanced technique called Kavanaugh to 777, the meditation of instant reversal. Here's what you do. Every night, before going to sleep, close your eyes. Visualize the Hebrew letters of Shav et Shavut, shining in golden light above your head. Imagine this light descending upon you like a shower of blessings, and then declare in a low voice, "What was lost returns, what was broken is healed, what was stolen is restored. I receive the reversal now." Do this for 21 consecutive days, and you will witness something that will leave you speechless. This is the technique the ancient rabbis used before entering the Holy of Holies, and now, it's yours. Here is your sacred challenge, 30-day 777 challenge. Activate your reversal. Every morning for 30 consecutive days, do this. Upon waking, before picking up your cell phone, say aloud, "Today, I activate code 777, Shav et Shavut. My reversal has begun." List 3 blessings you still have. Give thanks for them out loud. Pray for someone who is also suffering, not for yourself, for them. Throughout the day, whenever you feel fear or despair, repeat, 777 is active. God is reversing things now. At night, before going to sleep, give thanks for a miracle that hasn't happened yet, as if it already has. Do this for 30 days without skipping a day, and write to me in the comments what happened, because something ought to happen. Now close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. I, as Rabbi, declare over you now, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who reversed Job's captivity, the God who turned the Red Sea into a dry road, that same God is reversing your situation now. May every debt be canceled. May every illness be cured. May every broken relationship be restored. May every closed door be opened. May every enemy be silenced. I declare that code 777, Shav et Shavut, is activated over your life, your family, your finances, your health, your dreams. The valley is over. The mountain has begun. May angels be sent before you to prepare the way. May supernatural provision reach you from unexpected places. May divine favor cover you like a cloak. And when you look back in 30 days, you will see with your own eyes that God not only reversed your loss, He gave you double. In the name of the Most High, it is decreed, it is sealed, it is done. Shalom. May the peace that surpasses all understanding rest upon you now and forever. Amen.